So usually when people try and throw a turning side kick, what they'll do is they'll just pivot on their lead leg and they'll try to kick like so. Now, the reason why you don't want to do that is as I begin to pivot on my lead leg and I try to kick, I'm never going to be able to really hit my opponent because I'm not stepping off my center line. So I'm basically trying to kick where my leg is at currently, but because my leg is attached to my pelvis, I'm not going to be able to really kick here unless I move this leg out the way so I can kick. So anytime you want to throw a turning side kick, you have to make sure you take your lead leg and step off your center line. As you rotate, you're going to drive your heels in the opposite direction. You're going to look over your shoulder. This is what we call spotting. This is going to allow me to see my target. And from here, all I'm going to do is just throw a side kick. So again, I want to make sure I take my lead leg and I step across my center line as I begin to rotate and turn my heels in the opposite direction and look over my shoulder in order to spot. The reason why I want to step across my center line again is because that's creating this pathway for this leg to throw that kick. Now, if my leg was to stay in front of me, as I rotate, it's going to be really hard for me to generate enough power off that foot. And also, I'm jamming myself up. Another mistake people tend to make when they throw their turning side kick is they'll throw their kick too close. They don't realize that as they rotate, they're bringing their leg a lot closer to their opponent. So as they throw their turning side kick, they're jamming themselves up. So you want to make sure that you take that in consideration. So think about throwing your turning side kick and using it as a long range kick. So from here, I know I can hit my opponent. If I'm up close, it's not gonna make sense for me to throw that kick. So think about if I can throw my jab, I can step off line, I can throw that kick. For beginners, step across your center line, pivot, look over your shoulder, spot, throw your kick. When you gain a little bit more experience, all you have to really do is just pivot hard and throw your kick.